Jerome Archer is not just a business owner. He's the owner of Platinum Cuts, barbershop that has been in Bedford-Stuyvesant for over 20 years. But he's also an essential worker. He's a member of the New York City Department of Sanitation. So that means while the rest of us are at home working or in our backyards working, Jerome is in the streets of New York City, still collecting garbage and unfortunately putting himself at a higher risk of contracting COVID-19. He's a good guy, man. I call him a friend. He's somebody that has a great perspective on life, and so I wanted to bring him to you guys, not just because of the business owner aspect, not even just because of the essential worker aspect, but just because he's somebody from this community who can speak with clarity about how this thing is changing our community. Jerome Archer, enjoy. So, I've been interviewing various business owners about their business adjustments and strategies as we deal with this COVID-19 pandemic. I happen to have on the line with me somebody who's my guy. He's a good friend of mine. He owns the barbershop that I get my hair cut at, but he also is an essential worker because he works for the New York Department of Sanitation. So I think we can have an interesting conversation about both his role as an essential worker and his role as a business owner. So I'm introducing to you guys Mr. Jerome Archer. Rome, how you doing?
I'm all right, my brother. What's going on?
That's good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you in good health. I like that painting behind you.
Thanks a lot, man.
That's nice.
Appreciate that.
So let's first talk about you, your work as an essential. Are you still working right now with sanitation? You still on the clock?
Yes, I'm still on the clock. 5 to 1. We out there in the streets. We have our gloves and our masks. We dress accordingly in our regular uniforms. But it's still dangerous out there. It's still actually more dangerous for me working behind a truck because we're not just picking up, individuals with the virus. We're still picking up everybody else.
Right.
Doctors, lawyers, correction officers, same as the dope fiends, the heroin fiends. Everybody throws out garbage.
Right.
So so we still out there though, trying our best to, get through this.
Have there been cases in your house, in your sanitation house of?
Actually, yes. I'm from BK18.
Right.
Our district is in the south part of the borough. And right now at this moment, we have over 50 individuals out sick, not necessarily because of the coronavirus, but just not at work.
Not at work.
Some have family members that have it. Some do have it in my garage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What type of precautions do you take personally to ensure that you don't get infected or that you don't bring it home to the family?
First and foremost, prayer. Pray every morning. Pray when I get in the truck. Pray when I get back in the garage. But for the most part, is social distancing. We still practice that at our job. I'm wearing my mask and my gloves as I enter work, not just while I'm out in the field. Mainly wiping everything down. I got my sanitary wipes. I got my Lysol bleach. So when I get in my truck, before I even leave the garage, me and my partner, whoever I'm working with for the day, we wipe our trucks down, like thoroughly. Handles, buttons, steering wheel, the seats, the windows. We just really taking, precaution.
Good. That's good to know. That's good to know. Now, not only do you work sanitation, but you're the owner of Platinum Cuts on Nostrand Avenue between Macon and Halsey. How long have you had the business? How long has Platinum Cuts been open?
All right. Now, Platinum Cuts Inc. was introduced in 1998, December 10th. First location was on 1163 Bedford Avenue. That was between Putnam and Madison, right-hand side of the block.
Right.
Been in business right now. I'm in my 22nd year.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in the same community, growing up, went to school. My parents are from the community, still live in the community. My family have a couple of properties in the community. So, I met my wife in the community. So I've been there, very much my whole life.
Now, when did, speak about the point in which where you knew that this virus, this COVID-19 virus would affect your business at Platinum Cuts? Like when did you have to start to play this in your head that maybe this virus is going to affect the business?
When they start closing businesses down, not necessarily, barbershop, beauty salons, but they start closing the bars first. I noticed that on certain sports events was being canceled. That's when I knew it'll trickle down to to my shop. And then at one point, you hear things here and there trickling around, but I heard next will be barbershops, beauty salons, and nail salons. Once I heard it, that's when I knew we would definitely be affected from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are actually hands-on. Our professions are hands-on. We're people person. That's when I really knew that it'd be a problem for our profession.
Okay. Did you have a conversation with your staff about transitioning out of this?
Yeah, we was talking about it for a while. We was actually trying to figure out a way to make sure that we could get everything that we need, put some money aside just in case things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Or things would happen, but it happened so quickly. We didn't really get that much time to
right
prepare ourselves. We was actually caught off guard,
right.
And I feel for everybody in the profession that mainly depends on this profession.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's hard unless you really develop yourself as a tax-paying citizen or some type of business or LLC. Right now it'd be hard for you to get any type of unemployment. So I really feel for barbers and beauticians and nail technicians, because that's how you actually make your money, make your lifestyle, make your future, your kids, your home. So I really feel for those individuals in that nature.
Right. How long do you think your business can withstand not being open until you're going to have to make some real tough decisions?
It depends on what the government provides us with.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on me and my landlord of the business, we actually came to an agreement. Some type of credit will be handed out, at least to me, far as I know, just my situation. I don't know everybody else is on the block or in the community, but for the most part, it mainly depends on how much I get from this supposedly $2 trillion government assistance.
Right.
But other than that, I've been down and out before.
Mm-hmm.
I've been down and out over the years, not just with the work, sometimes with workers, sometimes with landlords. But me personally, I'm coming back regardless of what the situation is. You know, it's always that is a profession that's actually not just a hobby of mine. That's a love. And I have a great team. No matter what happens, even if we have to move locations, you know, I will make sure Platinum Cuts Inc. will open.
Mm-hmm.
And I just gratefully and grateful of all our clients. And now I'm not talking about clients, people that just happen to walk by and get a haircut one time. I'm not just talking about you might have seen somebody on Instagram and you want to come through and try them out. I'm talking about clients like yourself. You've been following Easy, eBay, and that's my guy. You've been following him for years now.
Yeah.
Those will be considered family clients. And we get texts, we get phone calls, as well as we text and we call them just to see how everything's going. And, you know, we joke and we send pictures and, you know, can't wait to, you know, you reopen. I can't wait to get a haircut. Yo, you got to see how I look. You know, just those type of encouragements we get from, you know, our family. I'm not going to call you clients or customers. I'm going to call you family. That's how I know, you know, when all is said and done, we'll be all right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. I was going to ask you, had you been in contact with your client base? But, you know, one of the things that, you know, that's fact about Platinum Cuts is that we really like brothers. Like we really like a tight-knit group of dudes that even if we don't see one another on a regular basis, it's like it's all love when we in the shop. Well, I know that you've been in contact with your client base, checking up on them, and I'm sure that they've been checking up on you. Last question. What do you say if regards, because I read an article, there was a barber that was making house calls, and he wound up catching COVID and passing away. What do you say to people in that beauty industry that, because like you said, that they get all their money from that.
Mm-hmm.
So they may be desperate and want to actually go out and cut somebody's hair or go out and do somebody's hair and nails. What are your thoughts on that, being a barber and a business owner, with regards to how people should move, in that space?
I expect everybody to do what's right for them. You know, everybody takes a chance and a gamble, but this is what I tell people that ask me. In this time, we should all just focus on what's more important to us in our life. I'm realizing I can live without certain things or be certain places or not necessarily communicate with certain people, but my main priority and what I am enjoying the most is my family. Mm-hmm. Regardless of what I do or what I necessarily think about doing, I think about my family first. Mm-hmm. I can't knock a person that takes a chance at a job to make themselves money, because I get up and I leave this house every day as well, right, to go to work. So the brother that actually, passed from the corona, we don't necessarily know what his conditions was before the coronavirus or necessarily that he naturally died from it. We just seeing what we see on the news. But on a serious note, if anybody decides to go, you have to take those precautions. You have to do your research and know what you actually need to protect yourself, to protect your potential clients, because you may cut the first one and your clippers may be clean. Your first one may have the coronavirus that you don't know about, but you also need the necessary cleaning equipment to clean your tools before you go to your second client. Your second client may not have it, but he's trusting you as a barber, as a professional, as a friend and a family member to come take care of him for whatever reason. that he cleaned his clippers and he cleaned his equipment and he changed his clothes before he came to my house, and he changed his gloves, before you enter a person's house or a person enters your environment. Because that's the worst thing that's going on right now. Social distancing is not happening. Even though you may not have the symptoms, the person that you're around or the person that they potentially go visit may have this, a high chance of dying from it. So that's why me personally, I won't do it. Because when I go to work, I'm actually only interacting with one person. That is the person I'm working with for the day. So I actually weighed my options and decided to just go, deal with that one situation. And I'm grateful and I'm lucky, and I thank, my wife and my family for supporting me in whatever I do. And I thank sanitation for allowing me to continue to work and giving us, sort of proper, cleaning of the garage and proper equipment and, situations in that nature.
Facts. Listen, this was a great conversation, man. I got love for you, dog. I thank you for your work in sanitation, being an essential worker and staying out there on the front lines. But I also thank you as a business owner in this community that has provided jobs for people, but has also provided a place where Black men and Black women can convene and in comfort and, and feel, comforted by, the experience of getting our hair cut, man. That's barbershops are like churches almost, it's not,
yes.
People don't go to barbershops. Like, you go to a barbershop, not just for the service of getting your hair cut, but for the environment and for the conversation and for the kindredship and the fellowship. And that's what Platinum Cuts does for me and for hundreds of others. So I just thank you, bro. And,
and I want to
stay safe, man.
Yeah. And I want to thank you too, man. Brothers like yourself. I'd like to thank, all the workers that's there. They're very much independent workers. My boy T the Barber, my brother Easy, Miss Sheikah, and my fellow brother Ice, man. I wish all them health.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you, man, when time tells, man. I appreciate you. Facts. Love you, bro.
Talk to you soon. Love you too. Talk to you later.
All right, man. Later.
Peace.
Peace.